unless you can prove it. So you can take all of these words, you can take all of these things that we call laws and principles and ideas, and there's bookshelves full of them over here. And you can have all of those books in your library. I've got 2 copies of just about everything in my library. I don't know why, but I do, because it increases. I don't, keeps coming back to me. I think, I haven't read that one. I'll buy this one and read it again, only to find that I've already been through it once before. But each and every time I do it, it's something new and something greater. But you have the power and the presence within you, and you have to prove it. If you don't prove it, it's of no use. We should look at the things that we have in our life. Open up your closet, or look in your attic, or go out to your garage. Examine some of this stuff. Does it have a purpose? Do you really need it? If you don't, there are other people in the world that could use it. Think about this. In our country here, we have more storage units than any place else in the world. We accumulate more stuff than anybody, any other country, any other place that I know of. Why do we do that? There are people that have things in their garage that they haven't looked at for 20 years. They don't even know it's there. Okay, give it to the grandchildren. Give it now. Don't wait. Clean out some of that space. And while you're doing that, try this with your mind. How much stuff are you holding on to? Oh, when I was 5, they did this to me. And then when I was 10, they did this to me. And then when I was 21, they did this to me. They have gone and left. They have moved on. They're no longer around. You're the one that's carrying it. Now's the time to wake up and live for life. To live for life. So many people have been living for that time of death. It's like their entire life, they're like, oh, what's going to happen when I die? What's the rush, folks? Pay attention to what's happening now. I don't care what age you are. Now is the time. The world is coming to an end as we know it. Now is the time to recreate something greater, something more magnificent, something even beyond your wildest imagination. But hold to it as good. Hold to it as the quality of God. And I believe we've got a pamphlet out here that gives you a list of qualities of God. If you can't think of one, ask me, I'll give you one. Abundance, balance, beauty, joy, love, wisdom, wholeness, unity, truth. Any of those work. And if you can hold on to any one of those, all the rest of them will come with it because they're interconnected. You cannot have one without having the others. That's the way it works. So pick one. There's a Buddhist saying that says, when you're moving down the journey and the path of the road of life, and you come to, the fork in the road, just pick one. It doesn't matter. Life is life. But live for the experience of life. Bring something that you desire into your life. Prove these principles. Don't take it on my word. Prove this principle. It's a new year. It's a new time. It's an opportunity to bring forth something even greater. And we're going to do this in the 5 gifts class. We're going to set some intentions on some aspects and some areas of our life, because now's the time. But right now, while we're all here together and I have your attention, let's go within and take a little moment here to just reflect upon something great, something magnificent, something that we desire to have in our life. So just breathe in, a couple of deep breaths. Here in this room, the sacred space is created to allow the opening of the heart. Everyone is welcome, no matter where they are on their spiritual journey. Today we celebrate our oneness in thought, in word, and in action. In thought, in word, and in action. What is the thought that you would have for yourself this day? A physical healing, an emotional healing, a psychological healing. Perhaps you would like to enhance the abundance and the prosperity that you are experiencing. Perhaps you'd like to tap into that divinity that is already within. To yourself, say your word, the quality of God that most resonates for you: abundance, balance, beauty, joy, love, wisdom. And then commit to bringing forth some action, something that you're going to do in order to bring this forth. Perhaps it's reading the Science of Mind textbook in a year. Perhaps it's going back to 365 Days for Richer Living. Perhaps it's reading one of our magazines, the Science of Mind magazine, or Creative Thought. Whatever it is that you choose, take some action, commit to it. Stick with it. Improve these principles. And if you would, just repeat after me: there is only one life. And this life is perfect. And this life is God's life. And this life is my life now. And so it is. So as you allow yourself to come back into the space of this room, as you begin to look at the world anew, remember this: the world is coming to an end as we know it. And you have the capacity and the ability to recreate something magnificent. So I charge you with that. Go out there into the world and make something new. Namaste.